everybody. This is John Paval with your Tuesday, February 24th live stream action update for today. We have three live streams for you. One from London at St. Mary's Perivale, one from Toronto at it's an organ recital, and I think it's St. James in Toronto, and one from the Noontime concerts in San Francisco, covering the globe for you today with three different live streams for your viewing pleasure. One of them will be Kyle Hutchings, one will be Eric Tyson, and one will be the team of Underwood and Blake. So, having informed you about that, without further ado, let me get to each of these live streams and tell you about the performers. Starting with the young and up-and-coming Kyle Hutchings. Tuesday, February 24th, today, St. Mary's Perivale live streams The Poet of the Piano, unquote, according to International Piano Magazine. Young Kyle Hutchings playing Mozart, Liszt, and Rachmaninoff at 3 o'clock this afternoon, European time, 9 in the morning on the East Coast, 6 in the morning for you early risers in Hollywood on the West Coast, and 1 o'clock late night for you who stay up late down under in Australia. He'll be playing Mozart's Adagio in B minor, Kerschel 540, then Liszt 3 sonnets from his Année de Pèlerinage, Italie, from his Years of Pilgrimage, the Italy section. Sonnet 47, 104, and 123 by Petrarch. Those are Petrarch sonnets, not his. And then he'll finish up with Musical Moments by Rachmaninoff, number 3 in B minor, number 5 in D flat, and number 6 in C. He's a British pianist. He taught himself how to play the piano. And after a year of doing that, he won a scholarship on the Piano Man Scholarship Scheme in London. And he's gone on from that to receive praise from places like International Piano Magazine. He's performed around London in places like St. Mary's Perivale before, London's BT Tower, the Lansdowne Club in Mayfair, the Blüthner Recital Series. He was a prize winner when he was studying at the Trinity Laban School in East London with a scholarship from Trinity College London. So it looks like this is a rising star kind of pianist that you can enjoy today, free of charge, from St. Mary's Perivale. Then next up, a few hours later, I think about 4 hours later to be precise, we have a veteran. Tuesday, February 17th, St. James Cathedral, Toronto, live streams veteran organist Eric Tyson, long-standing accompanist of the Clarks of Old Sarum Singers, and the assistant organist at All Saints Clifton in Bristol, UK. That's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Toronto time, which will be 10 in the morning on the West Coast and 7 o'clock in the evening here in Europe. The thing about Eric Tyson, we don't know what he's going to be playing. They never tell us at St. James Cathedral. He has been mostly an assistant organist because he has other businesses that he's done. He has a business life as well. But he plays around the UK with this group of singers, and he's previously been the organist at St. John's Leytonstone in the east of London for a while, back in the 90s, and then in Bristol, he was at St. Mary's Watton under Edge, and now he's at All Saints Clifton in Bristol. This organ has 87 ranks, 67 speaking stops, over 4 manuals and 6 divisions, 5,101 pipes, last rebuilt in 1976 by L.I. Phelps and Associates. If you're up for an organ recital today, you have one, folks. And I see we have some people who are tuning in. Feel free to say hello so that I know who you are that are there. Restream just shows me that people are there unless you give a sign. And then if you give a sign, I know not only that you are there, I know who you are. And this brings us to the third and last which takes us across the American continent to the Pacific time zone, and a noontime concert, which will be an evening concert here in Europe. Tuesday, February 24th, noontime concert, San Francisco. Live streams flautist William Underwood III and pianist Carl Blake playing a lunchtime concert of Bach, Baton, Sibelius, Det, Stark, and Schulhoff. Enjoy. These concerts are always at 12:30 San Francisco time, which is 3:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast, 9:30 in the evening here in Europe, and 6:30 in the morning for any early morning risers down under in Australia where it's summertime. They'll be playing Bach's Sonata in G minor, René Baton's Passacaille, Opus 35, Jean Sibelius's The Spruce, R. Nathaniel Det's Beyond the Dream, Bruce Stark's Karori's Song, and Erwin Schulhoff's Sonata for Flute and Piano, to get very classical. William Underwood is he got his degrees at Florida A&M University and Wayne State, bachelor's and master's in flute performance, and he's toured with a group called the Kyoto Tokyo Incorporated ensemble in Japan, and also works as a recording flautist and as a collaborative, and does some solo recitals as well, playing traditional avant-garde, social, and sacred music. Carl Blake on the piano, as he got his bachelor's at Boston University, his master's at San Jose State, and then went back to the East Coast Cornell University to get his doctorate. He's toured, we're told, in Russia, France, England, Central and South America, and the Caribbean islands, with cellist Kim Cook as artistic ambassadors for the United States Department of State. For those of you who are not Americans, that's their Department of Foreign Affairs. He's the director of music at the Church for the Fellowship of All Peoples in San Francisco, and happens to be a member of the board of directors of Noontime Concerts San Francisco, which helps to get your stuff programmed there, I would imagine. Anyway, folks, this is what we have for you today in terms of live streams of the performing arts. Before I go, let me remind you, if you like this kind of programming, do yourself a favor and make sure you get all of it by following and or subscribing to Access Arts Live, absolutely free of charge, as are all these live streams I just told you about. 90% of the live streams we tell you about are free of charge. And then some of them, like the Berlin Phil and the Paris National Opera, they tack on a charge you have to pay to get them. But if you love opera, the Vienna State Opera gives you free opera. And there's a half a dozen Italian opera companies that do opera live streaming free of charge. It's called opera streaming, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot out there, and we make sure you get all of it. We make sure you get thousands and thousands of hours each year. And we're on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn. So show up or blow up on one of those platforms, preferably Facebook or YouTube. We have over 20,000 subscribers on Facebook now. With that, I will be saying ciao for now, and enjoy one, two, or all three of these live streams today, Tuesday, February 24th. There's one last thing I need to do. I need to put up this sign as I sign off. Ciao for now. I'll be back today at 6 o'clock European time, noon on the East Coast, and 9 in the morning on the West Coast, doing the chamber music roundup for the coming week. And there's some great chamber music, so you might want to come back and enjoy that.